Hey everybody, Mark here with IBPI. I just had a chance to sit down with Adam Gregory, who is the president of Advanced Business Solutions in St. Augustine, Florida, to talk about his managed services offering at his company. Let's join in. So Adam, when did you start your managed services offering at your company?
We started last year, 2019, around September, end of September, beginning of October. We started the managed IT portion of our company.
Okay. So what made you start? Was this initiated by you? Did a customer of yours ask you to provide a service or a product to them? How did that get going?
Well, Mark's kind of twofold. We attended the 2019 IBPI meeting and got a chance to meet with some vendors that had these offerings. We ended up partnering with Continuum, who is an IBPI provider, and we also had customers at the same time. They were approaching us and asking us if it was a product that we had, so we could kind of see a merger of those two industries happening. Some people might say we actually got on board a little later because there were people before us, but I kind of felt like it was the right time for us. We had the personnel, we had the staff, we needed to make that available. But really, it was more of a mixture of finding the right partners that we were able to discuss things with that could help guide us. And at the same time, those customers and our reps and our technicians initiating that conversation that led to that.
Okay, great. So with the Continuum or now ConnectWise product offering, was there anything specific within that you are using or began to use back when you started?
Absolutely. So, being new into the industry, we wanted to kind of tippy toe into the water, I guess you
Mhm.
could say. And ConnectWise Continuum helped us do that. So they offered an RMM, a remote monitoring software that allowed us to kind of get into that remote support help. We still didn't quite have all the on-site staff that we wanted. So it allowed us to do a lot of stuff remotely, support our clients, update softwares, do patchings, things like that, antivirusing. But as we grew and started adding IT technicians on staff, they also allowed us to be able to stretch our arms a little bit and do those things that we wanted to do to become a full managed IT provider.
So did you start without any IT technicians in the beginning?
I did. I know
Okay.
some people might think that's a little crazy, but our copier technicians, they have IT knowledge. Just to expand on that a little bit, a challenge here was we wanted to give our customers the feeling that we had guys that were trained in the IT market. So by starting in that remote area, it was things our techs were already doing. They were already remoting into copiers and looking at connections and setting IP addresses. So with the support of that knock from Continuum, it allowed us to be able to reach out to customers and still use our copier technicians. Now, I will tell you, one thing that we were able to do is by partnering with ConnectWise Continuum and having a kind of a second support with their knock if we needed it, that helped us a lot because we could offer that as trained IT technicians. But you'd be surprised, most of the people that responded to us, as long as we could do stuff remotely, they were satisfied. And then if we needed something on site, we did have a company locally that we had partnered with as a contractor that we could send out on site to do those things until we were able to get our technicians IT certified or bring personnel on board that were certified already.
Great. That's great. So here's the big question. In the 9 months since you began your offering, what have you learned?
Well, it's not like selling copiers. I can tell you that, I've been doing speeds and feeds my whole life. So I realized real quick that, that kind of goes out the window a little bit. And now you're talking more about softwares. You're talking about remote support. You're talking about cybersecurity, things that if you'd have asked me a year and a half ago, my head would have exploded. It just wasn't there. But it's it's now an offering that it's allowed us to give to our clients, that let us put our arms around them. It's not just, hey, we're your copier dealer, but in the 9 months, we've learned pretty much, what cybersecurity is, what it does, what a SOC is, what a knock is, what RMM means, those things that I would have never understood before. And I will tell you that, the vendors that IBPI has provided us as a member has really helped us in that facet, because we would have not known who to go out to and who to grab and to have those conversations with. So that's been a big plus for us to have that relationship with IBPI to assist us in making those contacts and connections to do those. So yeah, I could spend hours telling you what I've learned, but I might bore you and everybody else to death. But it has been a learning process, but it's a process we're glad we had to go through, because it helps us appreciate what's there and what we can offer our customers even more.
So let's fast forward a little bit. We've talked about how you started with your practice. Let's talk about the state of your practice today.
Yeah.
So what are you offering today as opposed to what you were offering when you started?
Okay. So I think one of the big things we're offering today is we're offering our own personnel on site. We're offering cloud server space. We have an in-house NOC that pretty much handles any of the calls. Again, we still have that ConnectWise Continuum NOC we can utilize if need be, just by having that relationship. But we have personnel in-house that are handling a lot of those calls now. We've actually got some of our copier technicians. We like to cross-train a lot. So some of our copier technicians, we went out by partnering with BTA. We were able to get them trained in the IT field at a very discounted price from what you might see out there in town, things like that. Got them CompTIA certified, got them Network Plus certified, Security Plus certified. That was a little bit of investment, but for the smaller dealers out there, it's not as big as an investment as they might think, because it really pays off in the end. So I would say the return on that small investment has probably been tenfold as a dealer principal. I've had to invest in that. So I think that, there's a lot of opportunity there for smaller dealers to get into this space and compete with some of the bigger IT companies, the bigger copier companies who might be offering it. And I think, like me, a lot might be hesitant because they're just not sure what has to be invested, and they're not sure the time it's going to take to do that. And I think that's something that I'm hoping our conversation might be able to shed some light on, to let people know that it's out there and they can do it.
Great. So what is working the best for you right now? Is there a particular product or service that you feel like you've got it down? You understand how to sell it. You understand how to service it. What would be that go-to item?
I'd have to say our remote support, our RMM, and our SOC, our cybersecurity. Okay. We offer the Sentinel One program for our cybersecurity through ConnectWise Continuum, and that seems to be the big thing now. Especially a lot of people working at home, working remotely. Security is very important. So those two things have really been our bread and butter, because we're able to offer those without saying, hey, we have to be your full package. Or some people, smaller companies, your 10 and less employees, they just want something small to where they can have that security. They can have somebody to call when they need assistance, but at the same time, they don't want to spend thousands of dollars a month on IT support. So that's been our bread and butter.
Great. Awesome. So final question here, looking ahead, what is next for Adam and for Advanced as they continue their progression into this managed services practice?
Cabling is our
really
our next. We've been doing a lot of network racking, selling racks, selling switches, selling firewalls, things like that. And we're actually just starting our fourth job. Well, actually, we're finishing up our fourth job with network racking. So our goal is to get one of our technicians low voltage certified. We've had to outsource that to another company temporarily, where we'll come in and do cabling in places. But once we have a personnel that's low voltage certified, he can run that cabling. And that's a market. I mean, it really is, because a lot of these companies that are out there on Wi-Fi, they don't have enough outlets on the wall for Cat 5, Cat 6. They need people that can do that. So we see it again as a small investment to be able to supplement, some of the things as speeds and feeds or as clicks go down in the market. It's going to be able to fill that gap. And we feel like that's another opportunity for us as we build racks and put servers in and things like that. So,
okay, great. Well, sounds like I have some homework to do in searching for a cabling
yeah,
company for
yeah,
IBPI members, right?
yeah. That's
All
right.
right. Well, great. Adam, this has been great. Thank you very much for your time
Sure.
today. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for your IBPI membership.
I appreciate it, Mark. I hope it will be of assistance to other dealers. And I'm here to answer any questions if you get any feedback and people would like to have that conversation about our experience.